So I also wanted to talk about the reasons I chose hysterectomy as my first surgery. Um, Now, when I say hysterectomy, that's kind of a broad term just to mean removal of the uterus. I chose to get a total hysterectomy and a bilateral oophorectomy, which basically removes your uterus, your fallopian tubes, your ovaries, and my cervix. That eliminates my need to go to the gynecologist basically ever again. No more pap smears, no more menstruation, but also no ability to conceive. Um, in order to get the surgery, they really want to ensure that you don't anticipate having. My wife and I have decided years ago that children were not an option for us. Um, it's just something that neither of us wanted, so that wasn't a big deal. I personally never wanted to conceive children, so I didn't mind getting rid of all of it. So I chose not to freeze any eggs or do anything of that sort. But as for my actual reasons, three main reasons. One, my insurance was going to cover it. I knew at the time I had an exclusion of my insurance company my insurance policy, that excluded coverage for gender dysphoria. So top surgery, bottom surgery wasn't going to happen, and financially I just couldn't afford to, pay $6,000 out of pocket. So insurance coverage was a big deal. $50 copay versus, paying $6,000 to $8,000 cash for top surgery. Second reason, I was still getting my period after 4 months on testosterone. That actually went into 5 months on testosterone. It's not very common, but for me, my ovaries were rebelling, and my flow became heavier, lasted longer, and was actually regular. My cycle had never been regular before, but all of a sudden I started testosterone, and every 28 days I get 7 days of heavy flow, and that was, as a trans man, that's really difficult to have to use feminine hygiene products. It wasn't something I was comfortable with. I hated every month that I was going to get my cycle. So, reason three. This is kind of a little, selfish reason. I guess they all are, but there was going to be no more competition in the hormonal aspect of my body. So I wasn't going to be producing estrogen anymore. So I was always afraid that with testosterone, I would experience aromatization, which is, for those of you that don't know, it's when your body takes excess testosterone that your body isn't using and converts it to estrogen. I had already, tried to avoid things that might increase estrogen. I stopped drinking soy milk because soy milk has a correlation with increased estrogen levels. And the last thing I wanted to do was my, hard-earned testosterone turn into estrogen. So to just purely have testosterone, I felt that I could feel internally more as a man, and physically transition a bit better. I was concerned about facial hair growth. I wanted more of my facial hair to come in, and I do feel like it's helped. But those are my reasons.